Tonight on Nightline, is America addicted to porn? It's a multi-billion-dollar industry, but is watching pornography harmful? The stars say it's merely entertainment, but critics call it addictive and dangerous fantasy. Tonight, the world's biggest porn star goes head-to-head with a pastor and a former adult film producer. It's the Nightline Face-Off.
From the global resources of ABC News, with Terry Moran, Martin Bashir, and Cynthia McFadden, this is Nightline, February 29, 2008.
Good evening. There was a time when pornography was regarded as something of a dirty secret. Magazines hidden between comic books, videos stashed away at the back of the closet. But porn is neither a secret anymore, nor the indulgence of the few. The internet has made it almost universal, and profits are booming as a result. But the fundamental question remains, is it a valid form of adult entertainment, or is pornography dangerous and harmful to those who watch it? Tonight, in a special debate, we put the question to some whose livelihoods are at the very root of this controversy. This is the Nightline Face-Off.
Action!
Like it or hate it, it's impossible to ignore it. Pornography is one of America's most successful industries. According to one trade publication, the business of pornography earns $14 billion a year, employs more than 100,000 people, and is one of the most popular subjects on the web. Starring consenting adults and regulated solely for those 18 and over, pornography seems like a harmless form of entertainment. But there are others who are not so sure. They point to the effect of pornography on young people, suggesting that the largest consumers of pornography are young boys between the ages of just 12 and 17. They also claim that much of pornography is about degrading men and women, and that an interest in pornography harms people's marriages. With opinions so divided, students at one university decided to host a debate to discuss whether America is addicted to porn. Sex Week at Yale is now a biennial event in the student calendar and includes a fashion show and lectures delivered by renowned sex therapists.
This is my first time at an Ivy League college.
This year, they also invited some experts in the field of pornography to do battle before an audience of 400 students. And I was invited to moderate.
Good to see you. How are you? Why did I agree to this?
Aged 54, Ron Jeremy is listed in the Guinness Book of Records as starring in over 2,000 adult films.
So, what can I do for you?
I'd really like to get a tattoo.
More than any other performer.
So you want a tattoo?
Supporting Ron Jeremy is a woman half his age and in the same business.
What's your name?
Sunrise.
Monique Alexander is contracted to Vivid, one of the world's biggest porn production companies.
But I want to talk about loving God and loving other people.
In opposition to the porn stars is a preacher. Craig Gross runs an online community called XXXchurch. Its mission? To explain what he says are the dangers of pornography. We filmed him last year as he handed out Bibles at the National Porn Convention in Las Vegas.
Cheers. Oh, these are my notes.
Alongside Craig Gross is his latest convert, Donnie Pauling, a former porn producer who stopped filming sex and is now studying at seminary.
I'm pretty excited.
As the lines began to form for the sold-out event, both sides limbered up for the debate.
I got a one-up Ron. You know, he's going to be in sweatpants. I said that pastor's got to wear a tie.
This is the Scots anthem. Here's.
Ron Jeremy enjoyed the company of some student models.
If I had a foot fetish, this would be a great place to hang out.
While Craig and Donnie prayed with their supporters.
Yeah, I pray that they see something different in me and Donnie, that they're not going to see in Ron and Monique.
Some really good-looking people I go to this school.
There's no saving seats, there's no picking seats. It's a rough night, I know.
It's a packed house.
You just go like...
Yeah, we have 3.
He's too busy.
doing a meet and greet and hugging and signing boobs, you know, before the show. So I'm bringing some new stuff at him tonight.
We're on the defensive. See, it's tough on us because we're on the defensive.
Right.
I like what Craig does for a living. I have no problem with his career. He has a problem with ours.
As they take their seats, the students are clear about where their sympathies lie.
I'm just here because I love porn.
I don't personally endorse pornography.
Donnie Pauling, Monique Alexander, Craig Brooks, and finally, give it up for Ron Jeremy.
I've heard better. I've heard better.
Hello, I'm Martin Bashir, and this is the Nightline Face-Off. According to one survey, there are more than 40 million page views of porn a day in America alone, and at least one of the panelists was already well known to the audience.
Hi, I'm Ron Jeremy, actor, director in the world of adult movies. I believe that porn, which is a multi-billion-dollar business, has the right to exist.
I'm just here to basically talk about what really goes on behind porn. It's always presented as some fantasy and some great life, but I think that you'll find the realities really don't match up with that.
I'm here to show you all a look at the women's side of porn and let you know that we're not degraded and we have a good time with our job.
Tonight, I'm excited to be here and share with you the truth about porn.
He comes after my industry. Me and Monique are going to defend it, and I'm going to slam dunk every one of his points.
And I would say at 5'4", Ron, you won't slam dunk anything.
That was funny. That was good.
Much of the opposition to pornography has come from the church, but Craig Gross, who's an evangelist, is not interested in condemnation, but the effects of consumption.
You guys are consuming more porn than any generation before you. I think it's dangerous.
Well, anybody can be addicted. I'm not saying there's not a problem, but you don't blame an entire industry on a few people who have problems.
The average age that someone sees porn is 11.
One of the ways society measures success is when you make a lot of money. It's not the only thing, but these are all the girls who are becoming millionaires.
Hustler's most popular line is called Barely Legal. Some other titles I found: Exploited Babysitters, I'm Only 16, Young, Dumb, and Full of Don't Tell Daddy. And you laugh at those titles, but here's what I'm saying. You know porn ends up in the hands of kids, and you know what this industry is doing.
I'll try to make it quick.
But it was former porn producer Donnie Pauling who brought the room to a standstill. For almost a decade, he made $500,000 a year directing explicit films. But then suddenly, he quit the business. He recalled what he says happened to a woman who starred in one of his films.
She was raped repeatedly. She was impregnated and has a baby that she has no idea who the dad is because it was a product of rape. This is not stuff that just happens occasionally. You don't see between takes models curled in a fetal position sucking their thumb. You don't see on the screen over and over again the takes. You don't see them puking. You don't see them looking at men. A lot of the girls that I worked with end up hating men.
Oh, geez, where do I begin after all that? First off, there's definitely people who are victimized in our industry, and some of the things they say are true, but with everything in life, you have a choice, and if you choose to get in this industry, you should realize the consequences. I have no sympathy for any of these girls. You make a choice in life.
But a number of commentators, including the feminist author Naomi Wolf, are less concerned about performers and more interested in viewers, arguing that pornography has the effect of undermining reality. The point they were making is that by creating a fantasy world, a fictitious world, it rather makes reality look very banal and tedious by comparison. Do you accept the point that Craig was making, that actually by using pornography, you're inevitably going to feel dissatisfied with a real, authentic relationship with a partner?
Hell no. Are you kidding me? What kind of idiot must you be? That's what makes it kind of like a marital aid sometimes. You know, you and your wife look at a film together and say, looks kind of sexy. We call it a standing ovation. You stand up, you leave the room, and you practice in the bedroom.
I listed the titles, and what you keep landed on is that this is the marital aid. Most people that look at porn, 76% watch it all by themselves. 40 million people a day log on the internet, most of the times between the hours of 9 to 5.